have to know that this law applies on Earth and also in outer space. Okay, in outer space there is no gravity, there is no friction, there is no air resistance, right? So, if I have this thing and all of us are somehow transported to outer space, if I were to let go, will the object fall to the ground? Will it move in outer space?
Maybe it will flow.
No, if I hold it still and I just let go like that, ooh, will it move at all? Maybe initially, but then after a while, let's assume I got some Tai Chi or what, really just relax, and then the things, okay, it won't move, right? Agree? This hand doesn't exist, this one is just holding.
Yeah.
Okay, this is outer space now, right? Yeah. Now, listen, when I were to push this guy, I just give a whack, boom. In outer space, this guy will move, right? It will keep moving. Is it accelerating? Is there any other forces acting on it at this point of time when it's moving? It will move, therefore, at constant speed.
Is that what the satellites do?
Yes, correct.
Just that they're not as
Yes, so satellites do not need engine. You know, to move around the Earth, they don't need engines. They only need to, sometimes when they are out of course, then they need to fire a bit, then they move back to the orbit. Then once they are back in orbit, they just let go. Then, okay, back to, that's why you never hear of a satellite being pumped with energy, right? They use solar energy. Anyway, back to this point. Okay, outer space again, let go. Poop, okay, stationary. Now, I apply a constant force to the object. Just now, what did I do? I flicked it and it moved, right? And then the force no longer applied. But it still moves, right? Now, I keep pressing on it and make sure that it must have 10 Newton force applied by my finger in outer space. Now, this time round, what will happen? When I push it, it will move, right? And I keep pushing it, but because it's moving faster, I have to chase it, right? So it starts accelerating to an infinite amount of, very, very quickly. That's outer space. So the law works in outer space, therefore the law is powerful lah. A law is good when it works anywhere. If it only works on one place on Earth, it's not very good. Don't need to study. No, it works on Earth. Good question. Anyone can answer that. How come this analogy will not work on Earth?
Because there is air resistance and friction.
Okay, good. So in light of that, let's put this object on the board lah, right? So like in outer space, but however, we have this ledge. Okay. So earlier on, what did I do? In outer space, I flick it. So I flick it out, it'll stop, Why? Because there is a frictional force, right? Countering the motion. You understand that? So because the frictional force is countering the motion, but I don't apply any more force, it will eventually stop. Okay, good. Okay, this is where it becomes a little bit complicated. Let's assume that the frictional force is 10 Newton, and I apply 10 Newton. Will it move? Okay, look, original state, all right, is 10 Newton. It is not moving, and the frictional force I tell you now is 10 Newton. Okay, I measured earlier. I tell you it's 10 Newton. I apply a 10 Newton force on it, and it's not moving, When I apply 10 Newton, will it move? So there is no resultant force, right? 10 minus 10. So it's at rest already, what? Okay, good. You understand that law works, right? Okay, now let's say this guy is already moving. I haven't applied any force. It's already moving. Just think of it. It's just already moving. Okay, now I apply, look, it's already moving. And then at the point where I apply the force, whatever kept it moving disappeared. And now I'm applying a 10 Newton force on it. Question, will it move or is it supposed to stop? Because there's no resultant force.